Welcome to Between the Covers. Every book you've ever picked up holds more than just words on a page. Behind every published book is a journey, a story before the story. Over the years, working closely with authors through the publishing process, I've witnessed something extraordinary. Behind every manuscript are moments of courage, doubt, persistence, discovery, transformation. The moments readers rarely get to see. Between the Covers exists to bring these stories into the light. Each week invites you into a personal conversation with authors, storytellers, and inspiring voices about what it truly takes to bring a book into the world. From the first spark of an idea to the moment a story reaches a reader's hands, we explore the journey behind the pages. Whether you're a reader wanting to go deeper, a writer searching for encouragement, or simply someone who believes in the power of stories, this show was made for you. Because the book is only the beginning. The real story happens between the covers. Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Covers. You just watched a fabulous intro made by a very special person who is actually going to be my guest today. But first of all, if you're new to this show, what is the show and who am I? My name is Daniela Bleckner. I am an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful messages and stories out there in the form of books. Behind me on the bookshelf here are some of the 350 plus books that we've published over the last 11 years. I'm absolutely passionate about providing a platform for unseen, unheard authors so they can have their voices heard and stories shared so they can educate, inspire, empower and entertain for generations to come. So what is Between the Covers all about and why the name? So Between the Covers is all about getting up close and personal between the covers and finding out what goes on to creating, promoting, and what else, writing a professional book. So I used to interview mostly Conscious Dreams authors and people within the publishing industry, and it's really a chance for you to get a glimpse into how this all works. So before I introduce my amazing guests, I just want to acknowledge the people who are watching. Please, if you have any questions, please do throw them up, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. When's it starting? We've started now. Thank you so much for that. Had a little technical hiccup. Bonjour, KLS30, who's also one of our authors. Fantastic. Michelle saying she's looking forward to this. Yasmin, hello. So I can see we've got some of our authors here already. So let me crack in. Today, I'm delighted to introduce someone very special who has played a huge part in the growth of Conscious Dreams Publishing over the past few years. Behind every thriving business is someone helping to turn the ideas into reality. No man or woman is an island. Creating systems, solving problems, and making sure that everything runs smoothly. For Conscious Dreams Publishing, that person is our amazing VA, virtual assistant and marketing assistant, Ruvy Lopez. Ruvy has been an incredible support to me, our business, and our authors. She's helped many of our authors grow their online presence, increase their visibility, and build confidence to share their stories with the world, because it's not an easy feat. It's not an easy thing to be vulnerable with people, especially if you're not used to using online platforms. So from creating engaging social media content, promotional videos and marketing materials to coordinating interviews like this one and supporting book launches, she's become an invaluable part of the Conscious Dreams family. Many of our authors have never used social media before publishing their books, and thanks to Ruvy's guidance and encouragement, they're now confidently connecting with readers and promoting their work online. Some people might not know that Ruvy is also the founder and CEO of CPR International VA Services, where she trains and mentors talented virtual assistants and helps businesses find the support they need to grow. Today, we're going to be talking about visibility, delegation being key, social media, author marketing, working effectively with a virtual assistant, the impact AI is having on the industry, and why the human touch will always matter. Whether you're an author, entrepreneur, coach, or business owner, I know you're going to come away with plenty of ideas. So pull up a chair, grab yourself a cuppa, and let's get comfortable. Please join me in welcoming the awesome and amazing Ruvy. Hello there, Ruvy.
Hello, hello everyone. Hello to our viewers for this live stream. Thank you, Daddy. What a lovely intro for me. Wow. I
What
was
the
like smiling at the back, waiting. Like, that's lovely.
can I say as well? So Ruby is based in the Philippines, and it is currently 2 a.m. there. So can we? I just want to see some fire emojis. Hey there, Lee. Hello, Janet. Hey, Lee. Again, please, can I see some love and some fire emojis going up and down for Ruby, because that is just amazing. Thank you. So let's crack in. So for those who haven't met you before, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to start CPR International VA Services?
Yes. Now I'm gonna start with a quick introduction, really. So everybody knows me as Ruvy, right? But my full name, everyone, is Ruvelyn Lopez Blanco, and I've been called Ruvy because one of my first clients has given me that nickname that I've been working for almost 7 years now, right? So it's been an amazing journey, and I've started CPR International like from a nudge, and that is only from my father above, right? From God. And I started this late 2019 where I was still a student. And then pandemic, we did not know that it will happen. But this is where I always say to whoever asks me, like, how did CPR International start? Like, this is a company that started with faith in action, to be honest with you. I didn't know that, of course, nobody knew that this will, like, pandemic would blow up and everything. But I trained up, the opportunity came in, and I grasped it. And I just believe that this opportunity in becoming a VA, I started as an individual VA, will come in handy, even though I am still a student at that time. And then when I finished my training, like right on the dot, everything closed down. The pandemic hit, like jobs were being lost
Mm.
and everything, right? And so I was accepted in this agency that I have worked with before. And so I have upskilled myself and everything. Now I have seen also a lot of Filipino workers who were looking for the same opportunity, the same thing that I had back then. And that's where it clicked to me. Oh, I can scale this one, right? It started with the closest friends that I've had, to my family, and then giving also to the wider audience or the wider workforce in the Philippines. So here in CPR International, we do support like two sides of the same coin. So the business owners and also the VAs, or your remote workers. So that's that. And right now, I've been with Danny for 2 years, Danny, this 15th
Yeah.
of July.
Oh,
Yes.
we've got an anniversary coming up on the 16th.
Yes, we've got our anniversary coming up, and it's been an amazing journey. Like the creativity that flows in this room, everyone is just amazing. And I just love supporting business owners who's really clear and who's really strong in the foundation and the purpose and the message that they want to put out there, and sticking to that. So I just love it here.
I know as well. I'm honoured to work with you, because when I was looking for a VA, Ruby doesn't
Mhm.
work. Ruby doesn't work with anyone, because she obviously is the founder of her VA services, where she trains VAs. And I've seen some of
Mhm.
your team building exercises you do with your VAs. And what I loved is that you care very much about your team, and that's one of our
Yes.
big values at Conscious Dreams Publishing. And I told her about my business. She said,
Mhm.
I think I can make room for you. Okay, actually, I might take this one on. And we've kind of
Yeah.
we've gone from there, and it's been fantastic. But
Yes.
if you're watching and if you have any questions for Ruby, because I've got loads, please throw those up and we will answer those questions as well. If you're a Conscious Dreams author as well, we want to see some hearts go up. Please show us a heart. So you clearly love what you do. What is it about helping authors specifically and business owners that you're so passionate about?
Hmm. Well, first with the authors, like I've said this to you, Danny, before when we started that I've been a frustrated author myself, right? And I love reading books in different genres and in like different literatures really. And it's just amazed me how the creativity and how the brain really works for the authors, like it amazes me, right? And I was like, when we had this conversation, like, okay, I can make room for this. I'm excited for this opportunity to really get between the covers of like the publishing experience, the writing experience. I know I haven't written a book, everyone, but I've been enjoying like supporting authors getting their message out there, and that's one of the core things that we do in CPR International. And when it comes to businesses, I have been in different calls with clients, and they tell me about their aspirations, the why of their businesses, and you know whose lives are being impacted if their businesses are going to soar, right? And on another note, whose lives are not getting impacted if they're not stepping into faith, or they're not stepping into their calling, they're not stepping into like what God has given to them. It can either be a book, it can either be a business, right? Or it can either be if the VA did not like step into being a VA, whose business will not be supported. So it all it all comes around. And that's why I enjoy this platform that has been blessed to me, because I not only impact businesses, but I also impact the lives of the VAs that are remotely situated here in the Philippines. So that's what I love about this opportunity.
I love that you're faith rooted as well. Now I have a few authors who are giving some hearts here. Michelle, shout out. And you very much are not just, I'll do these tasks and that's it. It's very much about vision and purpose, and belief that God has a calling on people's lives, and your
Yes.
role is to help people to fulfill that. And I think you do that beautifully, whether it's through your business, whether it's through helping the other VAs to build their careers, or whether it's through helping our authors to gain visibility and to really have faith in their own story. Elemental hero spark man. loving the profile picture. Let's know what your name is. I'm pretty sure I recognize the name, but let's know who you are. So many of our viewers have heard the word visibility, but what does it actually mean in today's quite online world, which is quite busy?
Yes. And you mentioned about busy, and I'm going to add on to that as well, Danny, because right now there is a different pandemic, right? There is a pandemic of trust out there. Okay. And when I say that people are, let's say, they lose trust, and we also gain trust harder right now, and people has to like put their guards up in the internet, as we should. Okay. And that is why it is very important to be visible with your message, be visible with what you are doing, again, what is the purpose of what you're doing, so that people will see more of you and you can build awareness, number one, and two, in the long term, build trust, because now they are seeing more of what you do, how it happens on the back end, and like everything about what is your core really in doing, or like in being in the social world. Now, we do go to the social world for personal reasons, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do believe that this platform as well is one of the tools that we can use to not only express ourselves, but also to like put a message that is uniquely us, because that's what makes us unique in like everyone else, okay, in this platform, and impact lives through that. Okay, convince somebody, change somebody's way of thinking, or contribute in a meaningful way into conversations, and of course into like different topics.
And I think you're brilliant at that. We've got a few people actually before I chime in. Michelle, one of our authors, said already, I want to work with you. Well, shout out to Michelle actually, because we first worked together 2 years ago, and I think you had your 2-year book anniversary. She published a book of poetry. You probably know it, Perfectly Imperfect.
Yes.
She didn't know anything about social media at all. You've done really well with the posting and everything else, Michelle, in terms of visibility for your book. But Ruvy is available. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that later. So that's fantastic. Lee's giving us a heart. Thank you so much. Yasmin said we were meant to be together, similar failures. So tell us a little bit more about that, Yasmin, and how that's turned into a success as well. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say actually, so with my business, we've been going for 11 years now, and there's only so much one person can do, and so my team's kind of grown and grown and grown, and it's important to find the right team members, people who understand your vision, your branding. I can say to Ruby, I would, we have our meetings every week, and I could say we're looking for the theme of this month is X, Y, and Z, or more like she'll tell me what the theme of the month is for national holidays and stuff. And we'll talk about generally how we want things to look and the colors, and she'll create the whole campaigns around it. So someone said to me just yesterday, actually, she said, "Oh my gosh, Danny, you're so good at posting." I'm like, listen, I can't. this is Ruvy, okay? This is the lady behind it. So we discuss what needs to be done, and Ruvy creates it and makes it happen, because it's impossible to do everything yourself. Oh, Kiki, one of our authors, saying, "I'm about to send you my manuscript, final edit, hard work." Well, actually, a lot of you may know that I'm also on a break on the July the 11th to September, and Ruvy has been the one who's also responsible for chasing up authors for like those final marketing materials. So that's what Kiki's saying here. Oh, Janet, you know Janet Campbell, don't you? She's saying it's great.
Yes, I do. I love your book, Janet. I enjoyed the whole process of like marketing and just building creatives for that. I love it.
Brilliant. And Janet, you've been doing a lot of your own marketing as well, and way beyond the book being published, because a lot of people think, I'll publish my book now, I don't need to promote, but that is the time when you really need to. Kiki saying, "I love the marketing material Ruvy created for my third book." Yes, fantastic. And we want to get it out. Thank you so much, Miss Janet. Okay, brilliant. So people often confuse visibility, which you just spoke about, with lead generation. So can you explain the difference and why they're both important?
Yes. So I'm going to get a little bit technical here, okay? But when we say visibility, this is only the like front end, or like if we talk about funnels. I know you've talked about funnels before, Danny, but this is like the top funnel, right? So this is where people see you. This is where you, as I've said, build awareness, because how you can navigate through the like social space is to actually, I've mentioned before, to be vocal about what you do, right? You are not getting sales, or you are not getting the goal followers that you have because you're not being seen. And that's the reality of it. Okay. And I'm going to be very honest, right? Running a business, as I mentioned, is very hard when you are in the business itself and not working on the business.
Yeah.
So there's a difference there, big difference. Now, I have, if you see my socials myself, I'm not being visible, right? Very ironic, because I've been very busy.
You have
Build,
recently have noticed you pop up
yes,
now.
yes. And, I've been very busy, like building on the businesses for the clients, because that's my, priority for like leading the team. And of course, building on the business systems, because I love building systems. I'm like, social media, I don't show up much of myself in social media. And now I am pivoting myself as well, okay, from the role of building on the business every day, all day, every day, right? And also building the social phase of our company. Okay, so that's why you can see now I have posts going out, and I know all of these things, but this is where delegation comes in. Now we're gonna go into that later in this like live stream, but going back, visibility is the build up of like the awareness. Okay, starting to show yourself, being consistent with it, okay, and just giving information, okay, teaching your audience and introducing yourself, your brand, your business, your book for the authors, right? And what's the reason why you're doing all of this? Okay, now lead generation, this is now the let's say the driver, or like the engine. Okay, this is where you pull people inside your community, or like you pull people to your doors.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of layers to that, because now you are being visible. People are not aware of what you do. Now we have to think about, how do we bring them to your front door, right? So
Mm.
there has to be an in between, an activity there. So the lead generation activity can come in many different ways, okay, depending on your goal, right? Depending on your how clear are you and like where do you want to lead people to your business? Is it going to be your book? Is it going to be like increase in your email list? Is it going to be a webinar, a masterclass, different things, right? But the visibility, and then we have here the conversion factor, and
Mm,
then we have that's going to happen in the lead generation process. So that's the difference there, okay, with visibility and lead generation, like
perfect.
in like a very short explanation. Yeah.
Like you can't have one without the other. You need the visibility
Mm-mm.
in order to have the lead generation.
Yeah.
Um, and the lead for the lead generation, you need the visibility. Is that, have I said that right? Yeah. Basically, they
Yes.
go hand in hand.
Correct.
But it's great to have the visibility, but it's really important to have that lead generation. What next? Janet, for example, I see you promoting, and you want to convert those people who were watching and seeing you
Yes.
into like valuable people who are going to follow you, buy your book, and then buy into
Yes.
the next thing, which is why newsletters are really important as well. Question here for you: where do you see your VA career in the next few years? Great question.
Yes. I mean, my VA career has only started, right? And I believe that it is pivoting also not only in the description of the role, right? But on the task that I take on. By heart, I am still a VA. I will always be a VA. That is why I have the heart for my VAs because I have been there, right? Like part of me is always there. Okay. The I see it to be growing more into supporting like business owners and authors to streamline all of like their processes with the VAs. So continuing on what I am doing right now, right? But scaling it. So that's what I see in 5 to 10 years. And of course, opening up more opportunities for aspiring VAs also in my country. So that's that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so much for that.
much. Michelle
Yes.
is saying beautifully explained. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ruby's on the Conscious Streams team. What can I say? So, why do you think every author should consider? I mean, you probably answered it in a lot of what you said, but like, I
Mhm.
guess, your biggest reason. Why do you think every author should consider working with the VA at some stage in their
Mhm.
journey? Not necessarily the whole, it's in some stage.
Yeah. So I think there's like a very minor difference with authors and business owners, and I can be, wrong with this, but I think authors, like outside of their writing, if they're not full-time authors, of course, outside of their writing, they have a lot going on, right, in their lives. They might have like a job also, and they have family and life going on. And then with business owners as well, they're full-fledged business owners, and that's what we currently support in the team right now. Of course, we still welcome business owners who are starting up. Like I love business owners who have the passion really to move forward with their business, right? And then I think in that sense, for authors, like you have a lot of things going on. You are wearing a lot of hats. Now, if you have a VA, what value would 2 hours, 4 hours of your time freed up,
Gosh, I can
right?
feel you so much.
Right. 2 hours, 4 hours of your time freed up, dedicated for your creative process. Instead of thinking about, okay, I need to like put this promotion out. Okay, I need to like, and let me just tell you, like, it's not only you delegating like the author side of things, okay, or like the creative side of things, like the designs and everything, scheduling your social platforms. VAs are very dynamic, right? If there is a task, if there is an aspect in your life, in your work, or in your if you have business and you're writing a book as well in your business, that you can delegate that would give back time for your creative work, and then I think it is a valuable, asset for your team or for yourself as well. So that's that.
150%, because I'm someone who likes to try and do a lot of stuff myself,
Mhm.
but the time it would take me to figure out making some Canva design with the colors and the palettes and this and that, you could hire someone who's professional who can do it easily for you, plus more and more things, and think it outside of the box. So just know where your limit is and where you can bring on somebody else. It frees up your time. Okay, we've got loads of
Yes.
questions. So, okay, sorry.
Oh,
Yasmin saying, what does VA stand for? So sorry, virtual assistant.
yes.
Yes. So everything you kind of like with conscious dreams, for example, everything you see online is planned and scheduled ahead of
Mhm.
time, and that's done by Ruvy, who is a virtual assistant. But also, did you want to build on that a little bit, Ruvy?
Yes. So what does the VA stand for? Yasmin. Now, like the core of it is like we are your assistants, but we're not located like near you, right? So we work virtually only. All right. So that's that. And now when we say VAs, like I will add on to like, okay, what skills do VAs have? Like what they do really, right? So do they just like complete tasks and everything? So as I've mentioned, VAs are very dynamic. You can plug VAs in your life really, as I said, where it matters most for you to get back time. That's that. So these are your people, aligned people that are working with you remotely. So to put it in a different way.
Perfect. So
Mhm.
we've got great questions. Okay, I'm going to read this quickly because it relates. Michelle's saying we just don't have enough time. Exactly. I wish there was three of me. One to just
Yeah,
be on holiday all the time. One to be really in my business,
I
and one
know.
on my business. And secondly, it's taking hours to get out exactly, which is why a VA is perfect.
Mhm.
So okay, let's go to Napapon. What do you love about being a VA? Good question.
Yes. Now, this is going to take us, if I'm going to list it down, this is going to take us a lot of time. Number one, as mentioned to Danny, I'm currently traveling, but I'm working, right? So that's number one. Okay. Number two is the flexibility of what I can do. Okay. So my profession, I graduated as an industrial engineer where we focus on building, refining processes, which is also a helpful tool that I use in my team right now. And becoming a VA, I am not only an industrial engineer, I can become a marketing executive assistant for Danny. I can become a creative for a different client. I can become a sales manager for a different client. And there's just tons of possibilities that I can do in one role. And the learnings that comes with that as well. I'm going to share this because I treat this client as one of my coach. I say, but I don't pay, but she gives me a lot of value and she gives me a lot of teaching as well. And that's true for you as well, Danny, right? Like with Danny, I am being pushed on being very organized. Okay, I am organized myself, but with Danny, Ruby, we're gonna do this. This is that time. Da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, Danny, let's hit the road. Let's right. I'm an organized person myself innately. I love things to be in order. As that's why I have become industrial engineer as well. Because I love process, I love sequences, I love things working as they should, right? And with different clients, you don't only learn about certain skills. You learn about interpersonal skills. You learn about communication. You learn about how to handle different clients, right? So I don't only see one kind of client, but I interact with different clients in different parts of the world. And that's the amazing part of being a VA. And
Who's,
I
who's
scan.
your favorite?
Yes, which is amazing. Yeah. And the stories they bring in as well, Danny, and the passions. And when I listen to like every sales call that I hop in or like connection call that I hop in with a client, I always ask them like, tell me about you and your business, and like what does your business bring to the world? Like
Yeah.
what's the impact that it brings? And then I remember this client where we were just crying on this connection call because like she was saying, I want to build a home for displaced girls, and with my business, I'll be able to like build this home. And as a VA supporting this client, you are now part of the vision,
Mm,
right? And now you feel that you're working towards something greater than you,
yeah.
okay, greater than what you can achieve alone, really. So that's what makes being a VA so lovely, and I'm very passionate about it. as you can see right now.
I can say that's beautiful. Just knowing that you're a part of that. That's why vision and mission is so important, isn't it? Imagine sort of being, I mean, I think you're similar to me. That has to be meaningful. Like when I work with authors, it has to be meaningful. It's easy to work on anything, but we're really selective about who we work with and what that person's mission is. So I love that. That's a great answer. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to Kiki. She's asking, she's a consultation call here. What are your tips to sell books? I have 5K plus followers, but how do I convert them into readers? Well, that's a whole masterclass, but I think
Yes.
there.
So you have 5K followers, Kiki. Well done. That is good visibility. Okay. Now I want to ask you, or ask yourself right now. You have to look at the insights on like the 5K followers that you have. Okay. We have to look at the numbers also, and that's how we gauge the results. Okay. So in the 5K followers, when you post something, how many are looking at your post? Okay. What is the engagement like? Right? And when you, let's say you have a money making activity, as I call it, okay, where you convert them, this is the media that you convert them in. Let's say you have a masterclass, you have a reading, let's say club, or whatever you want to do for you to like bring people in on the next level inside your audience, then check what is the rate of people that's coming in, right? So that is why visibility and lead generation has to go together. So you have good visibility, and that's a good start. Now the question that you have, how to convert them into readers, is that we have to ask the question: are you being visible to the right people? That's number one.
Great. Yeah.
Okay. Number two, what activity are you doing to actually convert them? That's the biggest thing. So if we are only, let's say, posting for like, let's say, get the copy of the book, that is why we have events for the books, okay? And maybe you have like different, let's say, activities really that you can partner with like your book. For example, there is a, let's say, a month that focuses on the topic of your book.
Yeah.
So what is your activity for that? Right? Do you have like, let's say, sales for your book also? Like if they buy this, then they're gonna get this, something like that. So you have to create something for your followers to actually take action. That's the biggest thing. So how do you let them take action? All right. So if you ask them, okay, who likes a copy of this book and get this, da, 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 da. Or like who wants to join my reading club this Saturday? We're gonna read books and all that. Just like for example of an activity, right? And then that's it. Like you check now your numbers after that. Okay, am I marketing? Am I being visible to the right people? Or the 5K followers, are they let's say inactive followers really? When you post something, there's like 10 people who like interacts with your post. So those 10 people, those are actually your legit followers.
Yeah.
Right? So now we don't set aside the other like 4,990. So it all comes down to what's the activity. Okay, what is the call to action that you give them so that they can take action?
That's brilliant. Thank you. So it's about, yes, be visible, but be visible to the right people, like you said, and also look at what activities are working for you.
Yes.
One thing Ruvy does for us is creating lead magnets. So it could be, a campaign for a week about promoting your book, or I'm trying to think of something that we've done. Well, if you follow me on social media, what is my main call to action? Please let me know. We know, but what if you're following Conscious Dreams, what is one of our main call to actions? Is almost every single post, most posts, and videos as well, and that's how we get people in, and that's what actually converts. So if just put it in the chat box. Oh gosh, we've got loads of questions here. Okay. All right, we'll go back to that in a second. Wow. Okay, so there's the most questions we've had for a while. All right, so we know what VA stands for, tips to sell books. So many opportunities. Love that. Thank you. Michelle says, wow, you have multiple talents. I take my hat to you. Janet says we can hear your passion.
Thank you.
Yasmin says, I didn't mean failure. It's familiar in your passion. Okay, thank you. Familiar. So you're both similar in passions. Okay, love that. Okay, so Yeshiba, shout out to Yeshiba. Actually, Ruvy did a fantastic promotional video for Yeshiba, our author of your book is right here.
Hello, Yeshiba.
Chrissy and the Magic Melons. She won a prize in one of my webinars in which Ruvy made her a wonderful video. We'll be scheduling soon. She says, I'm bemused as I have thousands on Facebook. My active engagement is confined to a few dedicated followers.
Yeah.
So I hope Yeshiba that what the advice Ruvy's given has helped there. Thank you, Ruvy, for your suggestions. Sounds great. Okay, I'm going to go back up to a question here. Forget my questions. What advice would you give someone who wants to be a VA and doesn't know where to start? Okay, great question.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would go back to where I started. I would say take time, okay, to learn one skill. That's the biggest thing that I would say. There's a lot of skills to learn out there, and it will come in time, right? But learning and specializing in one skill will help you land a client right away. Okay. And then from there, now you have the experience, now you have the confidence. All right. Then that's when you extend to expand to more skill sets. And I would say join my team. That's my biggest.
There you go.
Join my team. Let me mentor you, and I'm gonna pour onto you as I have been poured upon with my different clients also. And that's what I am very passionate as well in the team, which is to build on the VA skill set. And we do have regular trainings for that to be, stay on top of the skill sets that are coming up right now. So yeah,
Brilliant.
That would be my advice.
What I've got here, since you spoke about joining your team, so in order to contact Ruvy, I'm going to give you two options here. So her website is www.cprivas.com. Please just write that down. Yasmin says, I need Ruvy to find my niche. Well, you can connect with Ruvy. This is her website. Note that one down. If you are an author specifically, I know that you have, I think it's limited to a few author visibility packages. So the website for that is www.cprivas.com/author visibility. So do go and check that out, and you can book a free consultation with Ruvy as well.
Yes.
Jackie is asking, in fact, you probably recognize Jackie's name because she's just started with us, and I think you would have exchanged a few emails about marketing materials. So she's asking, how would you begin working with a new author in a 3-month lead up to publication of their first book? So Jackie's book is due out in November. So I guess she's asking, what can she expect from September onwards in terms of how we're working together?
Yeah. So in that, number one, I will say that we have to build awareness first. Okay. Make sure that all of your audience that you have right now on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you are being visible, right? They know that you have something coming up. They know that you're working on something. And I say this, that you have to lead with your story first, because you haven't launched your book. So lead with your story. What inspired you to write the book? So let's begin with that. And then let's build curiosity. Let's build anticipation towards the release of your book. And then once we get closer, right, that's when we release now creatives to promote your book for them to get pre-orders. So that would be more or less the sequence, okay, for a 3-month lead up to your publication. Yeah.
And Ruvy makes fantastic material, beautiful. So you'll expect your lovely Canva images. And Ruvy does all the copy as well. So what is copy? Copy is like the write-ups, and it's all done months in advance, and it changes. It's another thing we've sort of touched on, is that the wording will change. So how you post on LinkedIn will be slightly different tweaks. So we tweak for
Yeah.
every different, I say we, Ruvy tweaks for every single different platform. Instagram, maybe shorter form. Facebook, you can be a little bit more personal and playful.
Mm-mm.
So all of those posts are decided like months in advance and written out and
Yeah.
then scheduled.
Yeah.
And also beautiful promotional videos as well. You do,
Yeah.
Ruvy.
And I want to add on to that as well that the 3 month lead up, or like even not 3 months, but when you have something that you're working on, it has to be the social media or the awareness side of things has to be intentional and it
Yeah,
has to be strategic, right? So not only we are getting loads of posts out there, but we have to check what times are your audience actually up, right? What with the initial posting that we're doing, what is working and what's not. So and then we pivot from there.
yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Someone says, "Geez, I didn't realize VAs did so much." Uh,
Yes, you do, and that's why I'm here,
yeah,
right? That's
you
why I'm here.
still want to be a VA, elemental hotspot, hero spark man. I think it's a fantastic job. Jackie says, "Great, thank you for that advice. Brilliant." Janet says that was lovely. It was a great help for posting. Yes, definitely. Um, So, how can having the right virtual assistant make a difference? We kind of answered that already. Make a real difference to an
Yeah.
author business or business owner's workload, right?
Mm-mm.
I think we should go into delegation because you wanted to talk a little bit about delegation. Did you want to continue that
Mhm.
a bit?
Yeah. So delegation, a very big word in like the VA world, really. And when I say delegation, as I've said, with authors, with businesses, what would 2 hours, 4 hours of your time delegated to aligned, right, support would mean to you? Now, I have multiple clients also who has had this experience where it's frustrating them. And this is the reality of it. It's frustrating them because now they have hired a VA, for example, bless their hearts, and then the VAs, let's say they go away and everything, something happens, life happens, or they do not work well together, or they did not communicate well together. So there's a lot of factors that actually plays into a very good working relationship with your VA, right? And I'm blessed to have that with Danny. Praise God for you, Danny. And then, so delegation, right delegation, aligned delegation is very important for business owners because you don't want to retrain, right? You don't want to go through the process again of telling another person what you
Yeah,
do about why you do what you do. What are you doing? This is your branding. This is your business. You don't want to go through that process again for the nth time, right? And that is why in the team, like we centralize the training in the team so everybody knows this skill. And it is an inevitable thing, really, in any working relationship, in any corporate job. Like it ends, right? When let's say, when your interest does not meet in the middle, life happens. So there's a lot of things. Okay. And with an agency, really, that aligns with your vision, also aligns with your working style. Now, when somebody comes in and they have to go out, then you can have a dedicated support for handover.
yeah,
This is a very powerful thing inside an agency because when somebody wants to come out of like the business, they want to quit, then 2 weeks or 1 week, depending on the need or like uh, the availability, really, another VA would now be coming in, and you don't have to retrain them because the outgoing VA will now do that for you. That is a standard process in our team, and I do not take that lightly because delegation is frustrating if you do not have the right support and if you do not have a company or the team really that cares,
yeah,
right? That we do not disrupt the whole system. So we will make sure that as much as possible, this offboarding, this handover process is as smooth as possible.
yeah.
That's that. Mm.
It's so important, especially as your business gets bigger and bigger. You know, like
Yes.
you've got a whole agency. So when I started, I'm going to go to some of the comments in a minute. When I started in 2016, I mean, I was giving my personal number out. I didn't think about
Mm.
how it was going to grow. You know, 5 authors, 10 authors, 30 authors, 100 authors,
Mm.
350 authors.
Yeah.
I can't be
Yeah.
operating like that. You know, I can't just have one editor. I need a team of editors. And then you realize, right, okay, what's the customer journey? There's got to be a process, right? I need somebody to
Yes.
help me with that process. And one of the great things Ruvy does is helps me stay organized. I am organized with authors in terms of like, you know, project managing, but when it comes to like the organization within my business, because I am a creative, I have ideas all over the place. I get very like the systems and all those kind of intricate things. I know how important they are, but my mind just doesn't want to know it. And
Yeah.
Ruby just helps to keep everything clear and
Mm.
identifiable. And what Ruby's talking about is like at some point I'm going away on a break for 2 months, and we've kind of worked well enough together to know, okay, this is the process for the authors. When authors reach
Hmm.
this stage, they get this email. When they reach that stage,
Yeah.
they get that email. And it just allows you to not be so in your business, to have a life really.
Yeah.
And it makes Ruby a lifesaver because I can go away and feel like at peace knowing they can still run without me, you know.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, so Ruby in that sense is a godsend. um, Yasmin is saying someone give Danny some stars, come on. All right, so if you're watching on Facebook, you can give stars, which I think are like 50p or something. So if you want to do that, that would be amazing. I always put anything anything contributed towards Conscious Dreams Publishing to like being able to help authors, other authors, mainly children authors as well. When I work with young people, I don't really like to you know, charge, so I that will go towards that. And yeah, thank you. So Yasmin says, so it's like being a personal assistant with our business book. Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, she was saying, I did not know there was a title of VA. So I want to know, as authors, how, like, did you realize, what is your perspective on this? Because obviously you work with me, I'm more like the front facing person, and you do, you know, connect with Ruvy quite a bit as well for the marketing side. But did you realize how much actually goes on behind running, you know, Conscious Dreams Publishing and actually your books? Because, you know, we talk about you every week, like, oh, I think every day, like an author's name comes up, you know, how are they getting on, have they done this yet, have they...
Yeah.
So, you know, you're like our babies in a way.
Yeah.
Yasmin, sorry, Yashiba, what you have said about the creativity the bug down stuff is my dilemma. Yes, yes.
Mm-mm.
Well, I know you're full of creativity, Yashiba.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to these stars here because Yasmin, here you go. If you want to know, it's there, it's there. Okay. I think we've got time for, no, actually, we're going to go into AI a bit, actually. Let's talk about AI. So AI is changing the way we work. Some hate it, some
Yeah.
love it. Some say that you know, there's ethical ways to use it. How is
Yeah.
it affecting the VA industry, and did you see it as an opportunity or a challenge?
Yes, and there's a lot of fear in the VA and industry with AI and everything, but I would say I see it as an opportunity, a huge opportunity, right? So AI is one of those tools that we have that we can use. It's similar with Canva, similar with like the tools before it. Okay, these are tools that we can utilize. Now with AI, VAs have stepped out and they have to step out from being task doers into strategic partners,
Mm,
really. That they contribute more to the, let's say, the business in value. And what do I mean by that? Like what you said, Danny. Like if there is, let's say, the whole calendar month, right? So January, what is the event? Now, Ruby, let's think about what we're going to do. Of course, there are AI tools out there that's going to do that for you. But
mm,
you can plug in your message through AI, but everybody knows if something is AI.
yeah.
That's the reality of it. Everybody knows that something is AI. Now, we still have to put your message as genuinely, as authentically as you, right? And that's the role of the VA, is to supervise basically the AI tools that we're using to use it for you, because now we don't want to add on another task, which is learning AI tools on
Yeah.
your plate, right? So if you want to focus on, for example, writing your book, now you don't want to be like immersed in learning how to use AI tools for that. Okay. And if you're a business owner, of course you can learn how to do AI, but do you really have the capacity? Do you really have the time to learn it rather than delegating it to a person who is already her trade is learning these tools and execute it for you? So that's where it is turning into, right? And I see it as a huge help as a VA, really, because to be honest with you, creating copy, right? It takes, one document or like one copy, it takes a lot of time. But now with AI, you can plug your ideas as a VA, okay? Plug the message of your client, and then you have to refine it now with the human touch. And that's the important of it. You don't just give just put it out there, let it run, because now you're sounding like everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. So that's that. AI is an opportunity, and if we use it in an ethical way and we use it effectively also as VAs, there's nothing to fear. We have to step up because these are opportunities for us to learn more, really, and to be to give more also to the clients.
I love what you said about, yes, AI is here and it's pushing you, because I think when new things come, people either, say, oh no, it's taking over. What am I going to do? I like that you see it as an opportunity to think even more strategically. What do you add as
Yeah.
a person that's human that can't be taken away, and how
Yeah.
you can use it ethically as well.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. I want to just pick up and Janine, hello.
Hello, Janine.
If it wasn't for you, young lady, she was my very first mentee. Her first book is actually on my bookshelf there. She's re-releasing it very soon, aren't you? She was one who introduced me to Ruvy. So I just want to say thank you, bless you. You have brought a godsend my way, and really helped with my business. So Janine, I am forever indebted and grateful to you. So thank you very much. Big shout out to Janine. If you want to know how to live stream effectively, and especially using TikTok, hit her up.
Yes.
Janet says, I thought there had to be a strong team to keep up with everything. Oh, most definitely. definitely not one or two people. Okay, two more questions. I think, how do you think AI, we've kind of said that, what do you think AI will never be able to replace when it comes to working with clients? I mean, could you build on that a bit more? Do you think you've covered that one?
Yeah. So now I want to add this as well on top of that, because I have multiple clients where it's either they don't have capacity for AI or they don't like AI. That's it. And as the mentor of the team and also as a strategist in the team, I have to meet clients where they are while giving them the right information, right? So if we do this, this is going to be what's going to happen, and if we don't do this, this is going to be what's going to happen. The key is the communication side of things, really. How clear are you? And this is why it's important to get aligned VAs on your team, because you have to have someone to flag things, right? Not when you ask for it, but when they see it. So that's very important. And now with AI, it's shaping, right, the landscape for not just the VAs but for businesses. Okay, and for businesses also, everybody is grasping on the new shiny thing, right? While still they have this loads of things to do to build on the business, and then there's AI. So what I'm going to say is, with AI, you have to delegate that. If you have the capacity to actually learn it, then you can learn it, and then now when you have a VA, at least you know how it works also, right? And then you can teach your VA now, or you can coach your VA now on how you would like to use AI in your business, how to integrate that in your business effectively as you, right? So I have tons of clients who work with AI nowadays. So the VAs have stepped away on this task and have been delegated to a different task that has been sitting on the back because they're not urgent right now, but they're time draining, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do them right now. It's not urgent, but just thinking about them, it's time draining. So That's where the VAs come in. And AI has its place, right? AI has its place, the VAs has its place.
Yeah. I know those tasks that you keep like for years. Oh, I'll do that. It will fall back down.
Right, right. Until it catches up to you.
Yeah, exactly. Janine says, "Hey, you're welcome. Love you both. Yay! Looking forward to your manuscript soon, Janine. Otherwise, you're gonna get a message from Ruvy soon, like Kiki."
Thank you, Janine. Yes.
I guess last question before we go into a quick game, and then we all have to go. What could you leave if you could leave our viewers with one piece of advice about growing their visibility or their business? What would it be? You've kind of given a lot, so maybe one last thing.
So my advice really in visibility is that do not drown, okay? Do not drown your message, right? Lead with your message, with your purpose all the time, because it's what sets you apart from the others, right? There's a lot of like things going on, trending and everything. Of course, there are like aspects to that that you can take, right? Like maybe the music, maybe the dynamics of that, but always lead with your message, okay? And you're gonna get the right people to your door. Again, of course, with visibility, I'm going to say get the right aligned VA for you so that you don't have to really be in the swarm of all the things that you need to do for visibility and lead generation, but you can now focus on getting your message out there, right? Like a lot of AI tools can do, let's say, AI versions of you, right? But it's really different when you, like, for example, like this, you go to a live stream, you talk to a person, right? Now you can use AI to cut this up, but you cannot use AI to show up for you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to say. So visibility is intentional actions that you have to take daily, and with the right support can boost that. Okay, so you are now being consistent. You are being, not posting on Monday, posting on Friday, and then when you feel like it, because you have to show up for the people that is going to need your services. That's going to need your story. It's going to need the encouragement, the lessons in your book. So I would say to reach them faster, to reach more also, have the aligned support, and then be clear as well on what your message really is. That's it.
That is an absolute master. Ruvy, just give me a yes. Who would like to see Ruvy do a webinar, a paid webinar? You need to do a webinar here because you've got so much knowledge. It's fantastic. So I mean, just to recap, lead with your message. And I think what you're saying is being authentic. People want to hear and see you, right?
Yes.
Elemental's already saying yes straight away. Kiki's saying such useful advice. Mercy, no problem. Fantastic. Who wants to see? We need to have you back, Ruvy. Definitely. So before we do, Kiki's giving us a yes with capital letters. Janet's giving us yes. Fantastic.
I would love to. I'd love to. We'll make that happen.
I'm going to give you a task now of creating a webinar.
Oh.
Yes, see, you've got 4 people already on your webinar.
All right.
And me, I'll be coming. All right, so get to know you even a little bit more. So this is called This or That Game, and you're just going to say one of the 2 things. So, for example,
okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Morning or evening?
I would say mornings.
Morning. Facebook or LinkedIn?
Facebook.
Yeah. Canva or CapCut?
Canva.
I thought you might say that. Reels or carousels?
Reels.
Yeah, lovely. Planning or creating?
It's a hard question. I'm going to say planning.
Okay, which you're extremely good at creating as well, but I guess you have to plan create as well. Yeah. Bookshop or library?
I'm going to say library.
Beach or mountains?
Beach. Like, I'm not built for mountains.
Laptop or notebook?
Laptops.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm an introvert, to be honest. Surprising the most.
It's amazing you've done this then. I mean, you've done this your first interview with me. So yes. And just give Ruvy a massive big round of applause because it is 2 o'clock in the morning where she is, 3 o'clock now.
Yes.
So wow, absolutely incredible. Delegate or do it yourself?
Delegate all day, every day.
There you go. There you go. Something that take me a while to do, but it is an absolute godsend when you do, when you delegate to the right person.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you 3 maybe. Success means.
Success means impacting lives that you have never imagined you would impact.
I love that. Every author should.
Get a VA.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. AI will never replace.
How the heart of humans really touches one another, even beyond the screen or even miles away. So.
Oh, I love that. Last one. Never underestimate the power of
Visibility.
Yay! Can we give Ruvy a massive round of applause? She's done amazingly well at this interview. I don't know why we didn't think about this before, but
I know.
Because Ruvy schedules all of the BTC authors for me in the interviews, organizes all of the emails that go out. And suddenly we thought, Ruvy needs to be on the show, and it's our 2-year anniversary coming up.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, how the pages have turned, Danny. I'm just like, I'm cheering all of the authors, like, okay, come on, schedule BTC and everything. And I'm like, why do I not like appear on a BTC, right? So
we've got to do this.
Well, it's all in God's timing. So
exactly. And Ruvy is the person behind. So all the reels you see, like the 1-minute videos, are cut and edited by Ruvy with the subtitles. So every author who does a BT, and you'll do your them for you with yourself, right? So every author who's interviewed has their own marketing material that they can use afterwards, which is invaluable. So just to recap, Ruvy's website is www.cprivas.com down below. If you are an author and want to help with visibility, she is offering a package here on the same website. It's /author visibility. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's come on. Michelle saying thank you, Ruvy, invaluable information. I'm definitely connecting with you. Definitely do it.
Looking forward, yeah.
I knew Ruvy was going to say planning. One love. Wonderful to see you both. Thank you, Ruvy. Lovely. You're amazing at what
Thank you, everyone. It's been amazing.
Wow. I used to wonder how Danny is so up on posting. I keep telling you, it's not all me. Thanks, Danny and Ruvy. Very informative. Even more stuff to think about. Bless you. We'll get in contact with us. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming on. Huge thank you to you, Ruvy, for giving up your time at early o'clock in the morning. Just shows you.
Yes.
And you realize afterwards, I was like, no. So really, really appreciate it. Thank you. There is no show next week, but we have a final show on Thursday, the 16th of July, where I'll be interviewing the awesome and amazing Harriet West. So you'll get to see her as well, Ruvy. You've been working with her for a while. Secrets, Crimes, and Concubines. So you'll see this going on social media, and that'll be on the 16th, 7 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. EST. Have an amazing, amazing week ahead and stay blessed. Bye, everyone. Bye.